Hey, welcome to the second day of the Proven Email Breakdown Challenge. My name is Csaba Borzási. I'm the founder of Game of Conversions, and today I'm breaking down one of my own emails. Actually, it's a freebie delivery email. So I'm gonna go very meta today because this is the exact email you'll receive when you subscribe to my free 5-part email mini course called The 5 Principles of Sending Rainmaker Emails. So this is the first email you receive after double opt-in, because I use double opt-in. So that means that you have to basically reinforce your decision to subscribe to my email list. But this email is the first real email that you receive that delivers part of my lead magnet, my freebie. But you're also going to receive additional emails because when you subscribe to this, it's a 5-day mini course, right? So there's a series of welcome emails, in fact, but this is the first one. And I wanted to break this down because yesterday, and there's a link to the previous video in the description section, we covered a welcome email from Nerd Fitness, and people loved it. The video is already has several hundred views, and based on the comments and based on how you guys interacted with it, I figured why not continue in a linear fashion and cover another type of welcome email that basically delivers the content that people signed up for. This is also very important because it's the first step that they receive after they sign up to your list. So it's very important to make a great first impression. And there are a few subtle psychological things that you have to do in this email to, let's just say, to get people excited about future emails. So let's just jump into it. But before I do that, if you're new here, if you're not subscribed yet, then definitely make sure to subscribe to my channel. And while you're at it, also click the little notification bell, because that way you'll be the first to know when I release a new video, because I'm releasing these every day for 50 days. So that way you won't miss out. Also, check out my stuff. Tons of links in the description. And also subscribe to this, because you'll be able to see these emails in real life, actually, when you subscribe to the 5 Principles of Sending Rainmaker Emails mini course. So this email I just checked it, and it has an 80% open rate and 50% click-through rate, which is pretty good. But it could be even higher. The reason why the click-through rate is, let's just say, only 50% is because, first of all, I'm using a double opt-in. So some people who request this, obviously, like 20% of those people will never double opt-in, or 15% or something, because they might be like some, robots, or they just, I don't know, the email gets lost or something like that. And the other reason is that they are requesting a free mini course. The click here that they have to click is a part of this mini course. It's the ultimate email checklist. It's the checklist that comes as a bonus with the mini course that you can use while going through the course itself. So if this was if my entire lead magnet or freebie would be a checklist, then probably click-through rates would be higher, because this would be the only thing that people requested. But in this case, they know that most of the value of this mini course comes from subsequent emails. And that's why some of them might be like, okay, so I'm just gonna, I don't know, get the checklist tomorrow or something like that. But the 80% open rate is pretty good. And I think one of the reasons why is because of my subject line structure. So there are 3 parts to this subject line. First, you have the RE, which is kind of like a response. When people respond to one of your regular emails, this RE is shown in Gmail, for example. So I deliberately wanted to include this because people will feel like, oh, this is some sort of response email. So they're more likely to open it. Then there's a personalization element going on here. So this is personalized based on someone's first name when they sign up. In this case, it was Doug. You're in, Doug. This also reassures them that, yes, you are in the right place. You successfully managed to join this course. And then the third part says, here's what that says about you. Now, this is a cool curiosity element. So you're in, Doug. Here's what that says about you. People want to know, oh, so what does this say about me? And then the from name is also important, although this might be changed in the future. Currently it says Chaba dash Game of Conversions, because I know that some people know me as Game of Conversions, especially from my YouTube channel. Some people know me as Chaba Borzashi, the person behind Game of Conversions, and I wanted to include both to give like quick familiarity to people. So let's jump into the email body itself, and this isn't that long actually. It's 3 pages like this, but the main email is only 2 pages. So in terms of words, it's like 400 words or something like that, which is kind of like oftentimes the sweet spot for long-ish, like normal long-form emails. So I start by thanking them and reassuring them. So thanks for joining the 5 principles of sending Rainmaker emails mini course. You know, it's very straightforward. This is important because when people request something, they might forget, you know, a lot of things might be going on. Maybe they are opening this after 2 hours or something like that after requesting it. And then like, what is this again? Like I received 30 emails since then. Oh, okay, the little mini course. I get it. Now I remember. Then the next line says, on behalf of thousands of email marketers around the world, I'm proud to welcome you inside. The first part of this sentence is basically a social proof element. It shows that, you know, you're not alone in this. A lot of other people are also using this, and you're kind of between the cool kids now. I'm proud to welcome you inside. This is also like, it's familiar, right? It's like, hey, welcome to the family, something like that. The second line, so also as we go through this email, please notice that every line has a specific purpose. And I like how Joe Sugarman, a legendary copywriter, approached this. He came up with the idea of the slippery slope. So basically what this means is that each sentence's job is for you to read the next sentence and the next sentence and the next sentence. And it becomes, if you do this right, your whole copy is like a greasy slide. It's like a slippery slope. You start and then you land at the end where you have the call to action button. So that's why every sentence has a specific objective in this case. The objective of the third sentence, for example, is to basically give them like a soft call to action to prime them for this call to action button here. And also give them a reason why they should click this. So check it out. To get the most of this, make sure to download your copy of the Ultimate Email Checklist, as we'll be using it throughout this 5-part mini course. So there's a reason why people should click it. It's not just like, hey, here's the link, click it because I'm just telling you to click it. No, it's like, get this because then you're gonna get even more out of the course. So then we have the first call to action link that's basically just links to the PDF. But you know, some people might stop here, but it's not enough. Like, why not work more in this email to persuade people to better consume this? And the way how I decided to do this, and I was actually influenced a little bit by a copy hackers email. There's a copywriting company called Copy Hackers, and they used something similar years ago. But some real talk. I like this, and the whole idea behind this part is to be kind of like a motivational speaker a little bit. So just acknowledge their problems, agitate it a little bit, and build rapport with them, build emotional rapport. And if you've been following my stuff for some time, you know that I'm very big on building emotional rapport. This is really important because it's one of the best ways to build know, like, and trust. And people buy from other people who they know, like, and trust. And this is the main objective for your emails, especially these first foundational emails, to build know, like, and trust. So before you jump straight into it, this is an open loop, you know, we're gonna get back to the lessons, but before we do that, here's something else, some real talk. This also has a curiosity element to it. Making real money with email can be crazy tough on you sometimes. Well, this is the problem section. You know, people and this is aimed ideally at people who've tried email marketing before or email copywriting before, but it's not really working that well. So they are familiar with some foundational concepts, but it's still not working. And I want to teach them the correct foundations. I'm really big on foundational elements, on principles, instead of just giving them tactics. So this whole 5 principles, it's no wonder why it's called Principles of Sending Rainmaker Emails mini course. It's about the advanced psychology and principles behind email marketing and email copywriting that never really change, okay? Maybe you switch email providers, maybe you switch email tactics or something like that, but the principles never really change. So we acknowledge the problem, and then we go into agitating the problem. This is basically like a problem agitation solution framework a little bit. So making real money with email can be crazy tough on you sometimes. You have a rough idea of where you start and how to do it. Your heart's in the right place, yet despite your sincere, heartfelt efforts to do everything right, you keep smacking up against the wall of resistance. So notice how this agitates the problem. It's also very visual, smacking up against the wall of resistance. It's emotional, and it's, notice how I'm not using very complex words, or I'm not using very long sentences or something like that. It's easy to read. It flows easy. Also on the mobile screen, it's easy to read. That's super important. And then I dimensionalize this. This is more of an advanced copywriting trick, but it's not enough many times to just describe the problem and agitate it a little bit. Why not dimensionalize it? Like how this problem manifests in your life, in real life, basically. So I say there are just so many things to do, so many overwhelming tactics, never-ending list of best practices that may or may not work, and tons of confusion in general. And if you're feeling fearful, angry, impatient, and even hopeless, all I can say is this is normal. You are not alone. So this is emotional. This acknowledges their emotions as well, because this is what a lot of people are feeling when they're struggling with anything, basically. Angry and impatient and hopeless and shameful. But, you know, I wanted to reassure them that, hey, you are not alone. I'm even telling them right after, like explicitly, you are not alone. And again, I was influenced by a copy hacker email when I originally wrote this like 2 years ago or something. But it's still true, like you are not alone. And maybe I could have also included like, and it's not your fault, like a not your fault element. You are not alone and it's not your fault, because this also works really well in copywriting. So the way how I follow up on this is to build future expectations. Now, hopefully I build rapport with people. They feel like, you know, they can be at ease with me. They feel like, yes, this Chaba person finally understands my struggles. And then I say, and if you stick around, you'll soon know how to navigate your way through everything. So this, I'm setting future expectations and hinting at a few benefits and you know, positive things that might come from you going through this course. And then I say, again, there's this is a motivational speak, because this part can be a little negative, let's say. So I don't want to leave them hanging. I don't want to leave them feeling negative or feeling reminded of their anger, their impatience, their hopelessness. It's not a good idea, because then they will associate me with their negative feelings. So I'm shifting into more of a motivational speaking part, which says, so here's why you're awesome, dog. Despite all the challenges in front of you, you still found this mini course and had the courage to put your name and email in that tiny box on my website. This says 3 things about you. So I'm qualifying them here, and also I'm appealing to their egos a little bit. So 3 things. You're committed to doing this right. You are not ready to give up. You are ready to empower yourself with the right strategies to make good money with email in 2022 and beyond. So these things, why am I doing this? First of all, it qualifies people. I don't want people who don't want to do anything with this, right? I want people who go through this course and they actually read the lessons and maybe they even implement. But the other thing is that I'm appealing to their egos. I'm making them feel like, oh yes, this is me. These are all positive traits that I aspire to have. So they start associating that feeling, that well-being feeling with my course. It's a subtle thing, but it's something that I wanted to do here. But it was intentional. And then I kind of like tie it to my mini course. I say this is what the 5 principles of sending Rainmaker emails mini course is all about. So going back, because they requested the freebie. So all this talk is just there to warm them up emotionally so that when they actually click the button or check out the lessons, like imagine how much more open they are to receiving the lessons now after all this emotional talk than compared to just telling them, hey, you're gonna get the first lesson tomorrow. Like they're much more committed, they're much more invested emotionally, and that's what you want. And then after this, after tying it back to the course itself, I say, and I can't wait to reward your perseverance with the exact tools that will empower you to make your first or 10th, 100th or 1000th sale with email. Much more to come. So these are future paced benefits, and I'm future pacing that if you think that this is cool right now, wait for the next email because it's going to be even more cool. But for now, make sure to download the Ultimate Email Checklist and then print it out and hang it somewhere so you can see it every day. So this part, it's basically the call to action again. I wanted to give them a call to action immediately because they're expecting it, but then remind them of the call to action at the end of the email as well. And there's also a reason why element to it. It's like, to make the most out of this course, just download this checklist. And I also wanted to specify how to use this because this makes it feel more real. Like hang it somewhere you can see it every day. If I were to just say, so download your ultimate email checklist and that's it, people download it, it might get stuck in their downloads folder and they might forget about it. But I want them to consume it. I want them to check it out because then the likelihood of them consuming the next lessons goes up, and the likelihood of them eventually buying something that relates to this also goes up because they're more invested. The more content they consume, the better subscribers and customers they're going to become. And this hang it somewhere you can see it, like they can imagine themselves, oh yeah, that makes sense, like I'm just going to print it and put it on my wall or something because it's obviously something useful. And this is an advanced thing here that I did because this email course, it's really special. It's kind of like Daniel Thrussell's famous parallel welcome sequence. But to my knowledge, this was done before he actually came up with the whole system for that. So basically what this means is that throughout this course, when you click these call to action links, you're immediately going to get the next lesson because that shows my system that you are excited about it. So why, force you to wait one day? In that case, you're going to receive the next lesson immediately. I mean, in 5 minutes, let's say. But if you don't click it, then you're going to receive it after 24 hours. So that's why I say once you do, I'll immediately send you lesson number 1, which gives you a behind the scenes look into how profitable, high converting emails work in 2022. If they don't click it, they're going to get it in 24 hours. And in the next emails, it's also like specifically told, like if you click it, you're going to receive it immediately. If you don't click it, you're going to receive it after 24 hours. But I also have this preemptive objection handling element that says, please allow up to 5 minutes for the email to arrive. Because, I can already see people emailing me, oh, Csaba, I didn't receive the next one, although I clicked it. Sometimes email system needs some time to send you the next email. And then there's a personal friendly sign off. Catch you soon, Csaba. And then there are 2 PSs actually here. Why am I doing this? Well, first of all, this part, what's the number one thing you're looking to learn from this mini course? This serves 2 purposes. First of all is to qualify people and to really custom tailor like how the emails are delivered, because there are some slight differences. Whether you're interested in increasing email conversion and sales, or if you're interested in writing better emails faster with less effort, or if you're interested in avoiding the most embarrassing email marketing mistakes. So this qualifies them, but there's also a micro commitment, because if they click this, they're more likely to click on future emails. Again, this is more of a subtle psychological technique. Some of you watching might be familiar with this, but that's why I did it. It's because it's a micro commitment. And I just say, simply click on the links above and I'll make sure to tailor this course to your preference. And then there's a PPS as well. Some people might not like these PPSs, but I wanted to include it because in any type of welcome email, it's very important to include whitelist instructions, which basically means that the people tag your emails, your future emails, as something important, so that it goes to the primary index folder and not in the promotions tab or not in the spam folder, right? And this is especially true nowadays because of all the iOS updates and all the tracking updates that have happened in 2021. It's open rates are no longer reliable anymore. And click-through rates, most click-through rates hover at around like 2% or something. So they're not really reliable. So one of the best values that you can get from people early on is for them to reply to your email or to click on something, because that greatly increases the chance of your next emails landing in the primary tab, which they will actually see. So that's why I wanted to include like a whole element with a reason why that relates to whitelisting. And I even include the link to a short video that I made for people. You can check it out actually if you subscribe to this, that shows you step by step in 40 seconds how to whitelist an email from me or from someone else as well. But then I also, follow it up with the reason why. I don't just want you to do this because like I'm telling you to do this, but because I want to be in the place where your friends go and not the ones with hundreds or thousands of unopened offers full of false scarcity and scammy offers. We all know this, and I realize that I have offers 2 times here. Maybe I'll change it. But, we've all seen this. Like, your promotions tab is full of like cheap promotional emails. So why get lost in that swamp of emails when you can also be in the primary tab where your primary emails go? It's way better, right? So that's why I wanted to like dedicate a whole segment or a whole part to this thing. But I'm also giving them like an optional way to whitelist my emails is to reply, because replying also serves the exact same purpose. For some people, it's easier. So you can just also hit reply and tell me the number one thing you're struggling with. Tell me the number one. The thing is missing there. So I'm definitely going to correct this after the video. Even if it's teeny tiny, even if you think no one could possibly care or know how to help, I want to hear about it. And if you don't have anything, just reply something and say howdy or something. So yeah, that's it for the email. Hope you enjoyed it, and I think it's a great example of a freebie delivery email, and the principles we talked about in this email, I think they're very important to include in any type of welcome email you write. And obviously this is just one way to do it. There are thousands of other ways to do it. This is how I did it. But hopefully you're gonna get some ideas to do another version of this, or to get inspired. Not copy this, obviously, but do another version of this. Yeah, hope you enjoyed it. If you did, definitely like the video. Leave a comment with your number one insight, the number one thing you learned. I'm super curious about it. And also subscribe to the channel if you're new. And if you want to check out this funnel, how it works in real life. But even if you're not, if you're just interested in the 5 principles of sending rainmaker emails, then definitely go to the link below this video. It's in the description. It says how to get more opens, clicks, and sales with your emails, and subscribe there. You're going to get all the emails and a bunch more cool stuff. So thanks again for watching. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow.